Hello everybody, Robbie here. This is Kevin. You may have seen in my other videos, my son, okay? He had passed away from a pneumonia-related COVID-19 illness, okay? It is June 12th, 2026. He passed away September 7th of 2021. Not one person in this country, in the political spectrum, has done anything about what happened during COVID-19. So many of us lost family members, everything, everyone, all of it. And people were treated like commodities, not like humans. Some hospitals, I'm sure, but there's some doctors that I've spoken to. But what started it is when the coroner called me the morning of September 7th of 2021, telling me that my son had the worst case of this specific pneumonia. I can't even pronounce the name of it, but I can say this, it formed with blood clots. He said it's the worst case he ever saw in history, and he lives yelling at me on the phone at 7:30 in the morning. Not at me, but the situation, because he wasn't treated or properly cared for when he was in a specific jail in Nevada, okay? He had obvious signs that he was very sick. He had sores all over his bodies, etc., okay? And, meanwhile, they were making these laws, you must wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, you must have a vaccination, which the vaccinations didn't work because most people got the COVID-19 virus anyway, and a lot of people had heart issues and passed away from it. You know what the coroner also said? Because he passed away about 2 weeks and change, after he was released, when they didn't even test him or check him or give him a COVID test when he exited the building like everywhere else, but they're going to do your temperature and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm talking about, all right? Institutions, okay? But the coroner said either way, whether, he was going to, get taken care of, however, if they were going to put him in the hospital at that point of time. My son was a walking corpse. He was going to pass away anyway because the severity was so bad. He had a lot of issues. He was on angel dust, a lot of mental issues. It's all in the background at the jail. But the bottom line is he wasn't cared for, and there's so many people that went through the same thing. So many families are going through the same thing, and every day they look at their loved ones, knowing that they could have been saved, something could have been done to help them, and nothing was done to take care of them the whole entirety. Okay, we got to change the pandemic laws. We have to change something because we cannot allow what happened during COVID to ever happen again. I don't want my grandchildren going through it, and I don't want my grandchildren's children, etc., and so on. You know where I'm going with this, okay? And we should bring back the Mental Health Systems Act, redefine it, put it back together, put it in different perspectives, because, the money that we're spending, the fraud that the taxpayers paid for, all right, could have invested into buildings where we could take the mentally ill off the streets and help them out as well, okay? President Donald J. Trump and Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., I know you're doing everything you can in your best power, all right? And President Trump, I've been writing to you every day since you've been in office. You get 3 letters a day from me, so count the amount of letters and count the days. That's how many you got, plus and then some. All right, everybody, just remember at the end of the day, evil never wins. The masks are falling hard, all right? God bless you, God bless America, and God bless the world. We have to help the world at this point. It's too much, and too little is too late, but we can fix for future pandemics because they're happening, and it's going to happen again. Take care, guys. Thank you.